Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Exclusive Interviews. I'm your host, Itai, and this is a Zim Papers Television Network production. Tonight on the exclusive seat, we've got two young men that are doing so well in the clothing industry. As you can see, I am wearing this bulletproof vest written SVG. I am here with the owners of this label. Guys, welcome to Exclusive Interviews.
Thank you so much for having us. Yeah.
It's good.
All right, there's Nkosinathi and is it Tando?
Yes, Tando.
Nkosinathi and Tando. Piri, tell us about SVG. Who is SVG? What does it stand for? Tell us about this brand.
All right, so SVG stands for The Savage by Ray Studios. So then the whole story with this brand is we're YouTubers, we're content creators, so that gave birth to the brand. So then now with SVG, it's more like it's a brand where we thought probably the youth needed some sort of way to show their power, to know how much they really possess within themselves. So then came the name SVG, The Savage. By Ray Studios.
Okay, yes. And you guys, I saw you did like Vines, Vines before, and there's one Vine that I watched and you guys were talking about the president and I'm like, are these guys, you know what they're doing? Tell us about the Vines that you guys did.
The Vining scene we did, I think it was back in 2018. That's when we started the Vining thing.
When you started.
So when we got into it, it was a thing of passion per se.
Yeah.
So we're always passionate, we are creatives.
Yeah.
So we wanted to create something to give people something to watch.
Yeah.
So we're always into the politics market.
Yeah.
And
it's always catchy.
Yes,
yeah.
It's always catching because it's a thing where people are mostly shy about the politics area. So that's where the inner savage comes in. Being able to break that boundary, be able to find the thing in yourself that gives you confidence.
And then is that how you guys moved from Vines to the clothing thing to say, okay, you guys are savage, so let's do savage. How did you guys then transition from doing Vines to the clothing label?
All right, as a fun fact, we actually started the clothing label with our first paycheck from our YouTube channel.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a fun fact.
Okay.
We really were into content creation. We really love content creation. And we had so much energy. I feel like we have so much energy in terms of creative aura. We're always looking for ways on how to translate that creative energy.
Yeah.
So then, with our YouTube channel, our followers are called The Savage Crew.
Okay.
Yeah, so then, because we always represented dominance, power, being you, knowing who you want to be, then we translated that into a clothing label. And we wanted to create a mark to make sure people really feel their inner worth and dominate the day, dominate whatever they're doing. So yeah, so that's how we transitioned from the YouTube channel.
So you guys are still doing Vines, is that what you're saying?
It's been a while.
No, we stopped doing
You stopped?
Vines, yes. We translate the power in our brand now.
Okay.
Yes. So the company, the brand, it pushes all that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you guys these guys are like super tall, like from my tribe.
Yeah.
How old are you guys? You are super tall, but when I look at your faces, it's like, nah, you guys are so young. How old are you guys?
Oh, so me, I recently turned 18 on the 1st of January.
Wow.
So, yes.
And
Now I'm 23. We're actually brothers, yeah.
you brothers.
Yeah, so it's Ray Studios brothers.
Yeah, so it's a 5-year difference, really.
Yeah.
5-year difference.
Oh, okay. And then Ray Vines and Ray Studios,
Yeah.
there's a bit of confusion there.
All right. So then when we were starting, there's Ray Vines. I'm sure you know Ray Vines.
Yeah.
So then we were actually Ray Vines at first. We were both Ray Vines at first. So then there was a conflict now because it was one of those situations where both of you have almost like the same name.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was one of the conflicts. We actually had a few videos, just having fun, dissing each other. But then, now we rebranded, because then with Ray Studios, what we really want to do was to major in filming. Because actually you want to rebrand probably later this year.
Okay.
We want to come back with a bang, a whole new feel, a whole new direction, to see exactly how we could do this. in a very nice way. Yeah.
And what type of clothing do you guys do? I know I'm in a bulletproof
Yes.
vest. Are you telling me if somebody tries to shoot me, I'm gonna be okay?
Probably you won't die.
Yeah, but what else do you guys do besides these?
We major in streetwear per se. Like
Yeah.
with our clothing, we try to give you a place where you can express your feelings.
Yeah.
Where you can express that confidence that's inside you. So with the clothes we make, it's mainly for streetwear. For people that want to be out there. For those introverts that want to experience that life as an extrovert.
Yeah.
So we want to embrace that through our clothing, give you that feeling that once you wear something from ours, you feel like, I feel like you're on the top of the world type of thing.
Yeah.
So that's the inner savage from the thing. That's what SVG means.
I like
Yes.
that. And you've got a couple of celebrities that are ambassadors. I know there's Holy 10, there is Takura, there is KVG. How did you guys choose your ambassadors?
All right.
Good question.
All right. So we're actually also working with DJ Made, I believe.
Okay.
He's actually like a very popping DJ.
Oh,
upcoming.
One
okay.
of the best.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
he is, yeah. So he's officially our brand ambassador. Then we have Takura, who's officially also a brand ambassador,
Okay.
and Holy 10.
Yeah.
And then we also work with other people. For example, we've worked with DJ Towers. We've worked with KVG, but they're not official brand ambassador. Then we're always in, and then we've also worked
Is
with
it
Daro.
because she's a VG, KVG, SVG? Is that how you choose? How do I become an ambassador when you're choosing the VGs?
It's actually a funny story. That's why she found it a bit funny, like there's KVG, there's SVG.
SVG, yeah.
Yeah.
So we actually had a partnership at once where we made KVG X SVG
Oh, nice.
for her, yes. And that's a project that's actually, I was actually not supposed to say this, but since it's an exclusive interview,
Yeah, exclusive.
information.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a project coming up probably later on during this year.
Oh,
And
okay.
we're gonna see how it goes.
And take us through the creative process of coming up with your
Designs and everything, right?
clothing.
So with us, usually we're in a creative hub, right? We're there, we think, we decide, when we see what we're trying to translate what we're feeling. The environment we place ourselves in determines our designs per se. For example, with our designs, we try to make them aggressive, but yet simplistic, right? So that we can fit every single person in one little bubble, so that we can fit every single genre, so that everyone feels like it's a part of the SVG universe.
Yeah.
So we try to put ourselves in a creative hub. We do the designs, we're like, oh, no, that one's good, that one's this.
Yeah.
Let's add this, let's add that, let's do this. No, that's too much, let's make it simple. Let's talk to people, let's try and build up so that we make the best, because I think we both are perfectionists. So
Wow.
we try to drive and work towards perfection in everything we make.
And my vest does look perfect. I was looking at everything. I
That's
was
like
looking for something wrong, and I'm like,
That's
nah,
2
these
years of
guys-
designing.
It's 2 years of designing. Oh, thanks. That's great.
Yeah.
Okay, and on that note, we shall take our first break. Join us in the second segment on exclusive interviews. Hello everyone, welcome back to exclusive interviews. If you're just joining us, I am seated here with two very talented young men that have this beautiful brand that I'm wearing, SVG, that does clothing, caps, t-shirts, everything they do. So now continuing with our interview, I'm gonna take you back to when you guys started the whole Vines and then clothing label. How did your parents receive it? Yeah.
Well, they've been supportive.
Yeah.
But then for the Vines, okay, there's a whole
Because I know the vibe. I know the vibe.
because then we really went all out when we were making our videos.
Yeah.
We were very creative. We didn't care. We just wanted people to see it roll like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but the Vines, of course, are like, no, Manongo, no. But then,
Someone will say, yeah.
and then,
But it's all fun.
yeah. But then with the transition, they also were supportive, even though they really didn't. They wanted us to limit the way we were expressful of how we wanted our concerns, how we wanted to be savages.
Yeah.
So with the transition, they also were supportive, very supportive. They actually buy some stuff every time.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you to say, are they supportive also financially? Because
every time we launch a new collection,
they're the first to buy.
They're the first to buy.
Nice.
So it's when you come to our house, it's a family of savages every day.
It must be a fun family.
It is.
And you guys, I like how you're dressed. You guys are looking so simple, but it's quite fashionable. Who do you look up to, like when it comes to the fashion world?
Fashion world.
In clothing, our target, right, is Calvin Klein.
Oh yes, exactly. You guys got how Calvin Klein look. I like it.
Yeah, so that's our vibe to say. That's when we're creators, when we're creating, that's our vibe to say. For example, with the Savage Beast jacket, was probably one of our best products.
They got sold on the
Sold on 2 hours.
I can't wait to have it. Yeah.
So yeah, with the Savage Beast jacket, it was all derived from that Calvin Klein type of vibe, per se. Because we try to be simple, but yet stand out.
Yeah.
So if you would see the jacket, per se, you can be there, you can stand out. People be there like, wow, what is this? Is this from Zimbabwe?
Yeah.
So we like having that type of view.
Yeah,
So yeah, that's what we look up to. And also Fungai X Ufaro is a good local brand we also look up to.
Oh, okay.
She's a local.
She's a local.
Yeah.
Yes.
She's very good.
She's very good also.
So what are some of the notable moments that you've had as SVG that you can look back and say, oh, this
one.
was...
To be honest, I'm going to be honest, I think from a humble perspective and a realistic perspective, I think starting the brand was our best moment. Because, with our brand, we are all about not quitting, not stopping, being who you are, doing what you want to do, not giving back, but always pushing.
Yeah.
So then, starting this brand was a huge success for us, because then, with starting, we're representing what we want. And also, that also meant we're not supposed to stop. And starting was honestly the best thing to do. And I'll also give that advice to the youth. If they have any ideas or anything they want to do, they should just start.
Yeah.
So that's, honestly, from a humble perspective, that's our very, very big moment.
Just starting.
And as for me, there was this time, we went to the pub, right, with the crew, right? So people were dancing, listening to my piano, and then they started chant, SVG, SVG, SVG. It was rotten. Like, it was amazing. Like, and then everyone started joining in. Everyone started creating a whole hub. Everyone just going SVG or SVG or SVG. It was an amazing moment for me, if I should say. It was one of those memorable moments that our brainchild, people are appreciating singing, chanting.
I can imagine. And you don't know those people, and you're like, oh, these people supporting me. But when one starts anything, there's so much you go through. There's challenges that you go through. It's never as smooth as people from the outside see. What are some of the challenges that you guys went through?
All right. As for our challenges per se, I would say the way people view local brands.
Yeah.
So, for example, someone will go and buy a fake Gucci T-shirt for $20, but they wouldn't buy an original.
I
piece.
know, I know, right?
So it's one of those things where people value having that international image, but they don't appreciate the local brand's image.
True.
The quality, per se, of an SVG T-shirt and a fake Gucci T-shirt are way different.
Yeah.
That's one of some major challenges. And another one?
One of the other challenges I think we're facing is, but I also think this is also something to do with, like from an industrial point of view itself. In terms of, it's a very specific point, so most may not relate, but then in terms of fabric, the fabric we're using, you realize that if we really want to have like a very nice piece, like with base material, you'd notice that some people would resort to importing fabric. But then I believe in supporting local. So then that's one of the challenges we've been having, because then we haven't been really having a lot of places, production places that are into very high quality fabrics. So I think that has limited us, because then we believe in local. All our products are local, the best quality, but then we limit our products because of quality. If we did have like more fabric around, we'd be having everything. But then now we're very limited because we don't want to release something that's not high quality, but then it's trending. So that's one of the challenges we're having. We can't really diverse unless we're doing imports. And of course, it's okay, but then I believe in local. I believe in appreciating who we are. Yes. So
and is this something that you two are doing full time? Because of your ages, I'm just imagining. To say maybe some of you are still in school, or I don't know. Are you pursuing other things, or this is like the main thing that you two are doing?
All right, so we actually have a team. So it's not like when you're not there, nothing is happening.
Okay.
So in other words, it's a full time.
Yeah.
And it's also not a full time. But then the business is running full time.
What other things are you guys doing?
All right. Currently, I'm in school.
Okay.
And also working for a microfinance company.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what I'm doing on the side.
Same as for me, currently I'm in high school, I'm in my last year, so I'm gonna finish this year, and then from there I'll go for my degree.
So it's Flo, you guys juggling this? Because I'm imagining these, because when I looked at your label, it's so cool, it's so fresh, it's for the cool kids. So I'm imagining to say, when you guys are not there, do they still, have that vision that you guys have to keep the standards,
With
fresh?
what we did with the team, we managed to make a team of entrepreneurs, team of visionaries, team of people that understand, so that it's their business per se.
Okay.
We are not part of the business. It's a business by its own, you understand? So even if we are to die tomorrow, SVG will live on for 20 more years, yes.
I like
That's
that.
the beautiful thing about it.
All right.
We
Thank you,
really
guys.
have a very great team.
I like that. I like your creativity. Thank you, guys. That's all we had for you in the second segment. Join us in the third segment for more. You're still tuned into Zimpapers Television Network. I'm your host, Itai, and you're watching exclusive interviews. And we continue with the CEOs of SVG. So guys, tell me, when you look at the clothing industry in Zimbabwe, do you have any competitors that you feel like, because there's a couple of people doing the same thing as you guys. You guys are really standing out, but tell me about that.
For us, I believe that we are in our own lane. Like, I believe they might try to be like us, but they can never be like us. So as I see it in my eyes, I believe there is no one in front of us nor behind us. That's how I view it. And that's why, because we're trying to work towards being recognized by locally also. Because we're yet to get in awards as of yet. Hopefully by the end of this year we have a couple.
You think of the next big thing?
Yes, Africa-wise.
Africa-wise.
Our goal is by 2025 to be the best clothing brand in Africa.
Yeah, that's all.
Wow. And when do you see yourself as this big brand in Africa? In how long? How many years should we give you? Because I'll be watching you guys.
3 years time.
3 years time.
Yes. We have a lot of big things planned for this year, per se. And the time around August, July, you will see a little bit of international features in our brand and our models.
And then also, I feel like with clothing, we might have a lot of brands, but I feel like in clothing there's art. So there's a point where you can't really compare art with someone else's art. Yeah, so I believe that exists also in the clothing industry to some extent.
Yeah.
Where someone might wear both brands, both local brands, but then represent different points of view from each brand, because each brand has a different culture,
Yeah,
a
yeah,
different
true.
perspective. So that's why, if you notice our Savage Beast jacket, our latest release, it took a lot of time to do everything. It took, because we're always in the hub, we're like, no, let's add this. The next day, let's remove this. The next week, let's do this. Now let's include this color. Let's do this to the pocket. Let's do this to this.
Yeah.
So it's a whole process whereby recreating the same thing in another brand is a whole different, I don't know, a whole different vibe to it.
Yeah.
So it's also, as much as competition is there, it's also not there, artistically speaking.
Yeah. And are these ideas your ideas per se, or it's, I know you guys are inspired by Calvin
Yes,
Klein,
yes,
but do you dream of some of the designs, or it's it's one of those, this label has got this type of jacket, we should do this type of thing, or it's okay, they've got this type of jacket, but we're gonna twist it, put a twist to it. Like, how do you guys really, come up with
that.
the whole being original?
All right, if you notice, the vest, it's a bit aggressive and simple. Like, if you're wearing this, you're standing out, people are gonna be like, why are you wearing a vest? And then at the same time, it's simple, but aggressive. Same thing with the Savage Beast jacket. It's really outstanding. If you wear it, it's really, really outstanding. But then, it's also simple at the same time. So then now, with the process we make in creating this product, we actually go back to a drawing board. Like, no, we want to create a piece that represents dominance, power, success, being relentless in whatever we're doing in our pursuit for inner greatness. So it's actually a bit logical, our reasoning. Then also sometimes we're like, no, I saw this piece from there, it's a nice piece. Then he's like, I also saw this, let's combine this, let's do this.
Simplify it.
And then, that's also inspiration. But then Calvin Klein has been very big on the inspiration. I won't lie.
And what is your vision, your mission, your goal when it comes to SVG?
To SVG. He mentioned one of them. By 2025, you want to dominate Africa.
Yeah.
Like, properly dominate Africa. This year we have a lot of things planned, and we feel like this is going to be our year somehow, and we're going to keep pushing until we get where we want to be. So right now we're mainly targeting the southern region. But then we are having some orders from outside Africa, but then we haven't really centered much into that. But then our brand ambassadors are always working, our team is always working, we're always getting reach there. So I have a feeling we're going to be there before we even know it. Yeah, that's how things usually work out. So that's roughly our vision. And we want to really create a culture where when someone sees someone wearing a piece from our brand, they feel the presence, they feel that this piece is not for the faint-hearted. We want to create, we just want people to wear this brand. We want people to wear this brand if they're serious with their life. Because we represent a whole lot of things. And it's translated through
people that wear it also.
So the people.
When I give meaning to those SVG, those three letters, we don't just want you to see that SVG, but we want you to see
and
the representation
feel.
And feel.
I'm
that when
savage.
you enter a room, there's a bubble around you that says savage. That's all.
So are you guys going to venture into other, shoes and, I don't know.
That's something in the pipeline, yes. But then, of course, one of our limitations, we mentioned them earlier on, but then we actually want to venture into a lot of things, even active wear, corporate wear. We want to be everywhere.
Okay.
That's a rhyme.
The whole clothing industry.
So that's mostly what we're planning to do, see how exactly it works out.
And so far, do you have any young and upcoming, designers that you have identified that you'd want to, help, or that look up to you and ask you to say, we look up to you, what can you do for us? I'm just starting, I don't know how to do this. All
right. Usually with that, our social media manager usually comes up with those type of requests, that there's this type of guy that came, he said he's offering this and that and that. We usually review them, we usually contact them, we talk to them, they come with their designs, and they come to the hub, we talk about it. So yeah, we do recruit people if they're interested, and we want to grow local talent, because I believe there's so much potential in each and every designer.
Yeah.
There's so much magic that people can put in. Once you give them a place where they can translate that creativity onto paper, you create something that can last for a lifetime.
Yeah. And do you really think Zimbabwean people appreciate fashion in the way you guys are so passionate about fashion? Do you really think as Zimbabweans we appreciate this whole, okay, there's SVG, there is whoever, there's, are we really appreciating fashion the way we're supposed to?
I believe you want to make them begin to appreciate. 'Cause if you look at it from 5 years back, the only Zim brands, I'm a Kip, I'm a Zimbo, those type of brands, people just there like, just people making clothes.
Yeah.
But we want to show them that no, this is an art per se. So I believe Zimbabweans are starting to appreciate, Zimbabweans are starting to understand, to see that, abaga, mahora.
And who would you like to collaborate with in future? Besides Calvin Klein, of course.
In the clothing industry.
From a local perspective,
Yeah.
I love the pieces by Itai.
Okay.
Itai, she's into fashion, very much into fashion.
Yeah.
She makes dresses, biker shorts, etc. So we're actually in contact with her, and we feel like probably we might be having another project coming during the year or probably next year. A very big project. She's doing very well, and also with Fungai Exufado, that she's doing well as well.
International standards, we'd like to collaborate with the types of clay and the types of YSL.
Nice. Classy. And I want to get you guys into trouble. Are you taken? Are these two young boys taken in any way? Mom, Dad, please listen to this carefully.
Well, I was single actually.
Yeah, I'm taken.
Okay, just to close the show, where can people get hold of you? Tell us your handles and how people can get a hold of you if they want this, cool kids vest and, jackets, clothes, everything.
All right. You can check out our social media pages. That's at shop.savage_. That's for Instagram. Then Facebook, it's SVG The Savage by Ray Studios. And then for Twitter, it's SVG The Savage by Ray Studios. Then we also have a collection shop by Venice Menswear. But then you have to order first on our social media pages for us to actually give you to collect.
Oh,
All right. Yeah.
thank you so much, guys, for coming through.
Thank you
I
so
really
much.
enjoyed you. That was all we had for you on exclusive interviews. For more episodes on exclusive interviews, please do follow our pages on Zim Papers Television Network, our Facebook, and of course our YouTube channel. I'm Itai, and from everyone behind the scenes, it's goodbye.